It has been a while, and boy do we have some stories coming out of Thailand today that we all need to hear about. Everything from one of the biggest, wildest parties in the world making its way to Bangkok. And of course, some more terrible tourists teach us exactly what not to do during your time in Thailand. And another story in regards to a terrible Thailand tourist provides us with some insight. If you are coming to Thailand soon, this is something you should have a good grasp on to make sure you stay safe during your trip. Let's get into it. Boys, how is it going? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. We've had quite a few stories come out in these past 2 weeks. I have not been in Thailand to cover them. If you don't know, we just got back from Vietnam. Everybody who kept up with those videos, thank you so much. Keep an eye out. Coming soon, I'm gonna make a more in-depth video in regards to some things that I saw about, differences between Vietnam and Thailand, what I thought about my trip. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you keep an eye out. But today, I have gone to the bowels of the internet, as always, and rounded up the stories coming out of Thailand currently that I think are good for anybody to know, especially if you're planning on coming to the country, and even if you're not. Let's read up on it. Let's see if we can find some more of the worst type of tourists in the world. Spoiler, we do. But enough jibber jabber. Let's get into our first story coming to us from the Tiger. I am beyond stoked about this one. It is starting to feel real. Thailand unveils proposed F1 circuit layout for Chatuchak, Bangkok. Thailand has officially revealed the proposed track layout for a Formula One street race in Bangkok's Chatuchak district, reigniting talks of bringing the world's most prestigious motorsport event to the capital. The Sports Authority of Thailand released a draft layout of the circuit, which would wind through several iconic locations in central Bangkok. The 5.732 kilometer clockwise track would pass through 8 major sites, including Krung Thep Apawat Central Terminal, Mochip Bus Terminal, Chatuchak Weekend Market, Queen Sirikit Park, Chatuchak Park. Behind the Mochip Bus Terminal, the layout includes plans for the pit building and paddock. The track itself features a mix of long straights, tight low-speed corners, and technical sequences, akin to other street circuit layouts currently on the F1 calendar. So if this does end up going through, I am beyond stoked. When it comes to F1 fans, a lot of people are pretty divided. A lot of F1 fans are not crazy about the street circuits. They think it doesn't really, lean towards good racing usually. I kind of agree with that, but a huge part of it that makes me excited about the possibility of this coming to Bangkok is just everything that comes with it. Of course, F1 is a massive, massive event. Tons of money flowing around. There's people that fly all over the world to go to the races, especially when it comes to Bangkok. I was really curious about this initially when this, information was first coming out that this might be a possibility. I was starting to think about it. I was like, where in Bangkok though? Where would they put this street circuit? I'm thinking, are they going to try to run down Sukhumvit? That doesn't really make any sense to me because it's all covered. It would be hard for people to see, but Chatuchak actually makes pretty good sense. There's a lot of iconic locations around there. Like we mentioned, of course, I will keep you guys updated on this story. This is one that I'm following very closely. Big motorsport guy, in case you don't know. I think it would be really cool for Thailand to have both a MotoGP race up north in Isan and then as well as an F1 race here in Bangkok. I think that would be super rad.
Hey Finch, what's the capital of Thailand?
Bangkok!
And cruising right along to our next story. Now, go figure, we've got another foreigner pretty much showing the world exactly what not to do during your time in Thailand. If this was something that you were considering possibly doing, I really hope that you just don't do it. Now this one hits really close to home for me because I am out filming out and about quite frequently. Thai trans women report foreign man for filming and sharing their videos without consent. Once again, guys, don't be this guy. Thai trans women in the Nana area of Bangkok urged netizens to report Instagram account of a foreign man accusing him of recording and posing their videos without permission. Trans women took on to the online community to condemn a foreign man whose nationality remains undisclosed for filming and sharing videos across various social media platforms without consent. That is a very important point to understand here, guys. In the video, the trans woman accused the foreigner of filming her with smart glasses equipped with hidden cameras. She repeatedly asked to check on his glasses, but he denied and quickly put them in his trouser pockets. Now, of course, if you've been watching the channel for long enough, you'll know we have been out and about. We have filmed random people countless times on the channel, but there are two things that I make sure to do when I am out and about filming in public, especially in Thailand. One, I make it entirely obvious that I am filming. It's not hard to tell if you've got a camera out somewhere and somebody sees you with a camera. It's not hard to tell if they are trying to avoid being on camera. In regards to this story, being sneaky is, I hate the people, because there's also this guy put out a statement saying, oh, well, I didn't think about it. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. It's like a little kid. If you're sneaky, you're trying to hide that you're doing something, you know that it's not cool, or that people might be upset, especially to go and post them online. Thailand, a lot of people don't know this. Thailand is not like America when it comes to filming in public. Technically, you still need consent to put people in your videos in Thailand, even if they are in public places. I've had quite a few comments on here asking why I don't film like the nightlife districts, or why I don't go down and film on Walking Street or Soi 6 and Pattaya. Well, a lot of people on those streets don't want to be on camera for whatever reason, whether it's people working or people partying, and I try to respect that. And this is the first time I've seen a story about this, but I don't know how many times I've seen guys walking down those streets trying to hide their phone under their arm and secretly film. Don't be a creep, dude. Don't be this guy. Don't go filming in those areas, especially on, the party districts. A lot of the times, the girls out front will be holding signs that say no cameras. So don't be a creepy weirdo.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
And speaking of exactly what not to do during your time in Thailand, here we go again. These seem to be popping up more and more. 10 foreigners arrested in Koh Phangan poker raid. Tourist police arrested 10 nationals last night, December 2nd, for gambling during a poker game in Koh Phangan district in Surat Thani. The raid took place around 10 p.m. at a private property. Officers from Division 5 of the Tourist Police Bureau acted after receiving information that foreigners had gathered there to gamble. When they arrived, they saw numerous motorbikes parked outside and spotted people playing cards behind partially closed curtains. Police recorded video footage of the activity before entering the premises. Several media outlets reported that a 36-year-old Russian man, Anton Kosko, was the organizer of the game. He rented the house for 30,000 baht per month and admitted to inviting friends via phone calls and messaging apps. Police discovered 134,950 baht in cash in a waist bag he carried during the game. Officers seized the money along with the gambling equipment as evidence. Police charged all 10 foreigners with gambling for monetary gain. Kosko faces an additional charge for organizing the activity.
FBI, open up!
If you do not know, gambling is highly illegal in Thailand. Now, if you've spent some time here, it can be kind of easy to maybe be like, oh, well, these things are illegal, or this thing is illegal, and I see them all over the place. That does happen sometimes, and I'm not condoning that anybody break the law, but the reality is that in Thailand, sometimes things like that happen. But when it comes to gambling, that is absolutely not the case, especially when it comes to organized games like this. I read another story maybe 3 or 4 months ago at this point about a family that was playing Uno, I believe, like a very innocent card game in their own house, and the police raided them. Guys, if you are in Southeast Asia, you want to get your gamble on, Thailand is not the place to do it. There's casinos in Cambodia. There's a couple other places where you can go. Thailand was talking about legalizing poker in the sense of, like sports competition wise, to be able to have poker tournaments and stuff here now. Like a lot of other things, that has kind of bounced back and forth. But if this is something you like to partake in, I highly advise against it. It seems like somebody's getting busted for this every week or two. So you want to gamble, I suggest maybe just hop over to Phnom Penh real quick and go hit the casino. And now for, without a doubt, our worst story of the day for a multitude of reasons. One, we are just climbing the ladder of what not to do during your time in Thailand. I think there are some lessons to be learned in regards to this story if you are planning on coming to Thailand soon. So let's just hop into it. Foreign suspect flees after stabbing British man outside a Phuket nightclub.
Oh shit, here we go again.
A large in quotations, foreign man is on the run after stabbing a British national outside a nightclub in the Chong Tale area of Phuket in the early hours of yesterday, December 3rd. Chong Tale police station officers and rescue workers were called to the road outside the entertainment venue around 12:20 a.m. to investigate the stabbing and assist the victim, later identified as 34-year-old Louis Johi Jarvi. Witnesses told police they saw a large foreign man stab Jarvi before fleeing the scene. The British victim reportedly staggered out of the venue to seek help before collapsing in the car park. Rescuer Tan Sirichai told Metro that Jarvi was found sitting on the ground and barely conscious. The team had to continuously stimulate him to keep him awake while providing first aid before taking him to the hospital. Jarvi reportedly suffered severe blood loss from 3 stab wounds to his shoulder, left arm, and the right side of his back. He is now in stable condition but remains under close medical supervision at Talang Hospital. Now, I did hunt around a bit more in regards to this. I wanted to see if, there was some more reports coming out on what actually led up to this. That still is completely in the dark. Apparently, nobody really knows how this came to be. But one thing I think is very important to understand if you are coming to Thailand. So I've been here for a pretty good chunk of time. And, as you're perusing the internet, we've said it ourselves. We've talked about it multiple times, how safe Thailand is, especially if you're coming from America. But we've also mentioned that just because somewhere is safe doesn't mean you should be naive to what's going on around you. Now, I would bet a substantial amount of money that if you are spending time around most Thai people, you pay attention, you're just respectful, you're a normal dude, you're not gonna run into any problems. Now, where that changes is in these party districts. Lots of people coming from all over the world. It's like, not everybody that comes to Pattaya is like a, alcoholic dirtbag. I'm not judging. I've been the alcoholic dirtbag. You know how it is with booze. Things can escalate. Absolutely. A lot of guys come here and they have this weird superiority complex, and they start drinking and they think they're like the coolest, baddest dude on the block. So I do think it's really important to kind of use this as a reference and understand yes, Thailand is a very safe place, especially if you're spending your time around the locals. But if you are going out to these party districts, you are, going to the club, whatever, there's tons of guys there who, we call it small man syndrome in America. What I do to just make sure I'm safe is I kind of just assume the worst about everybody. I kind of assume that everybody's got nothing to lose. So that's a pretty good way to make sure you're not getting into things that could end up really bad for you. So that is what is currently happening in Thailand. Hopefully, maybe we learned some lessons today, or at least we've learned what not to do. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for hanging out. Once again, everybody who kept up with the Vietnam videos, everybody who kept up with the daily videos, No Chill November, I see you guys in the comments. I really appreciate it, but that is all for me today. Back in Thailand, back in full tilt. Next thing, move to Bangkok, which means more content, new places to explore, new things to do. So make sure you stick it out for that. I will see you guys later.
You